What is up, everybody? Welcome into another edition of OM Spirit Twitch as we have got Ole Miss taking on Mississippi State for the Golden Egg. We're recording this a little early in the week because of Thanksgiving and travel and the game being on Friday. Don't know what uniform Ole Miss will wear. You know what? We're just going to go classic. I think that'll put everybody in a good mood, right? Just old classic look. The committee wasn't kind to Ole Miss. In the playoff rankings, Ole Miss is 14th. Can't say that I agree. Just kind of a weird, I didn't understand a lot of it. No real issue with the top five. I still think Notre Dame is just going to be up there, even though they lost to Northern Illinois, just because they're not going to lose. I mean, maybe SC beats them. Georgia stays at top 10, up there at 7. Speaking of teams that don't belong, Tennessee at 8. I think that's probably the most fraudulent team out there right now, next to Clemson. SMU at 9, sure, kind of cool. Maybe they knock off Miami or Clemson in that ACC title game. They also got Blake Shapen playing quarterback here. That's funny. But yeah, Indiana at 10 still seems too high, right? I mean, I know it wasn't a complete blowout at the hands of Ohio State, but I mean, one of the worst resumes out there. I still think Ole Miss has the best case for the 3 lost teams in the country. Alabama gets ranked ahead of Ole Miss. I didn't think it would actually matter, but apparently everybody still bows to Nick Saban, even though he's not coaching. I mean, to score 3 points against an Oklahoma team that isn't even bowl eligible is pretty pathetic. Ward Manuel pointed to Ole Miss's losses against Kentucky and Florida. Or hell, I don't even think he mentioned Florida. He mentioned the LSU one, which I think is if you're going to talk about good losses, I mean, that's actually a decent loss on the road in overtime. I mean, LSU's not great, but I mean, that's not I don't think that's indicative of a fraudulent team to lose by 3 on the road. And I mean, the common opponents there, Ole Miss essentially, I mean, I guess you could call it a blowout if you wanted to. I mean, Ole Miss won by 3 scores against Georgia, destroyed South Carolina on the road, and Ole Miss is just going to get punished for the Kentucky loss. I think if Ole Miss doesn't have a loss to Kentucky, then it's perfectly fine. I think that's true. And maybe that's just obvious. I mean, if you're 9-2, you're in. But the Kentucky loss is just gonna be held against Ole Miss. Which maybe that's fair. I still thought Ole Miss would be ahead of Alabama. Because Alabama needed a last-second effort to beat South Carolina at home, and Ole Miss beat Oklahoma by multiple scores, and the common opponent thing to me is where I thought this would shift Ole Miss's way. So now at 14, you're gonna need a lot of help. Quite frankly, I think it's pretty cut and dry at this point. You're gonna need Auburn to beat Alabama. You're gonna probably, I think that would get you in, honestly. I think South Carolina can beat Clemson straight up. I think that's legitimate. But yeah, it's just kind of dumb at this point. I think. I mean, especially with the committee being so skewed. Like, you know, kind of like I'm shocked that Greg Sankey is okay with this committee at this point. I was talking about that with the Hit That Line crew this morning about how it's just, you know, if you look at it, let's see what you've got on the committee. You've got someone from Nevada, Navy, Ohio, Michigan, Arizona State, Missouri, Baylor, Baylor again, Oregon State, Miami of Ohio, Nebraska, Nebraska, Rutgers, Virginia, and Arkansas. And Arkansas, Hunter Yurachek, he's been pretty. He's been pretty adamant about how he doesn't like Lane Kiffin, so you can't tell me that there's not some bias there. I had a buddy of mine that told me that Alabama would be ahead of Ole Miss, and I didn't think so, and he was right. Seems that Nick Saban is still pulling the strings. He works for ESPN. Wouldn't shock me if he had a say. It's just it's unfortunate. It's just Ole Miss just kind of did it to itself. You just got to win games. I mean, if you beat Kentucky or you beat Florida, you're in and you're sitting pretty. I think that's pretty obvious at this point. I don't think the LSU loss is held against Ole Miss, and all you had to do was handle business at home as a double-digit favorite, or handle business on the road as a double-digit favorite. I mean, it's just is what it is at this point. So again, you're going to have to. I think you're going to have to not only win Friday. I think you're going to have to win convincingly against Mississippi State. You're going to have to get some style points, and I think you're going to need a lot of help. So, yeah, just a bummer. That's not a bummer. We score a touchdown, and we're on the board. While I was talking about the playoff, I thought that I was going to get a safety, because I thought he did move away into the end zone. He wasn't tackled into the end zone. I guess forward progress was stopped at the 1. But talking about this game, let's stop talking about the playoff for a minute. I think I saw the stat that SEC double-digit underdogs are like 23-4 against the spread this year, and that's pretty insane. I'm going to go against the trend though. I just think Ole Miss is far too talented up front, and Mississippi State is just historically bad on defense. I mean, this is a defense that is in the hundreds and in the bottom hundreds in damn near everything when it comes to getting stops on third down, getting after the quarterback. I mean, they are. I can pull it up here. You've got the stats here.
here as time runs out in the first quarter.
All right, here we go. All right, 121st in scoring, 123rd in fourth downs, 125th in rush defense, 127th in total defense, 128th in third downs and preventing first down conversions, 131st in tackles for loss, 132nd in pass efficiency and sacks. I mean, that is incredibly bad, and I think that it's a awful matchup. And, you know, everybody's going to probably point to, well, Zach, you said that about last week. And sure, but that game was on the road. Florida is far more talented and better athletes across the board than Mississippi State. There's no question about it. And this game is at home, and Ole Miss under Lane Kiffin has been really good at home. As Blake Shapen is running for a first down. Yeah, I think just playing at home, I think Ole Miss has the right leadership where it matters, at positions that matter on both sides of the ball, and I think that Ole Miss will be ready, and I don't see this being a, you know, Ole Miss takes them lightly type game. I think that Ole Miss will 100% be dialed in for this game. I think they understand the stakes, and I don't know. I know the trend is that double-digit underdogs cover, but I just don't know if it'll matter.
They'll try to run this one in.
Because Ole Miss is just, I think, just far too talented for it to matter. But we'll see.
Some serious vertical by this running back.
And as Mississippi State ties it up here with a 9-play, 79-yard drive, I've got to focus here. I'm talking too much. Need to get dialed in on defense. It's a terrible kick.
Fields it just outside the goal line. To be tackled at the 17.
Right.
Strong job by the coverage team. And the Ole Miss offense is back out on the field.
And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, nothing, it doesn't really matter anymore. I'm intrigued to see how this team responds on Friday. You know, this is where you kind of find out who you are, and again, I mentioned the leadership. This is where you find out just how good your leaders are, and you know, how much do you care? You know, you can tell a lot about. Like I remember talking to somebody at the symposium this summer, and this guy from Texas Tech was talking about how when he watches film to scout prospects, is that he always watches to see what guys look like when they're down in a game. You know, nobody wants to watch film when a guy's just, you know, up by 30 points. Obviously, vibes are high. You know, he wants to see what you look like when you're losing by 40. And I like that. I thought that was interesting. So yeah, I mean, I want to see what this team looks like if it's, you know, back against the wall again. I mean, you have to win if you want to have any shot. So games of consequence this year, Ole Miss has looked good when it mattered. You know, Georgia, Arkansas, South Carolina. Ole Miss has shown up and made plays, and were able to get the wins when they needed them. So definitely need it this week. Yeah, we'll see. A lot of recruits coming in town. Be interested to see who shows up late Friday. God, pick it off. Don't knock it down. It's a pick six. Because, yeah, a lot of guys are playing playoff games on Friday night, so there'll be some dudes that show up late Friday or early Saturday.
And it cost him here with an incompletion.
So I know the staff was talking about they're expecting guys to come in on Saturday as well. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be some dudes that show up Saturday. So, but a good crowd. I mean, notable guys. You got 5-star quarterback Jared Curtis coming in, recently decommitted from Georgia. He's been to Oregon, been on Ohio State. He was supposed to go to Ohio State a couple weeks ago and didn't go.
They got stopped on 4th down, and it ended up costing them a field goal. Throws it to the right. Finds a man downfield.
So, good crowd in from in-state guys. A lot of commits in town, and yeah, I mean, I will be down there with my eyes peeled for some of these flip targets. Tyler Miller, Mario Nash, Deuce Knight. Those guys going to show. That's pretty much it right now for recruiting. I mean, Ole Miss is pretty much going for all flips. I mean, I think there are just 2 guys really that are uncommitted. Ole Miss is going after. I think it's basically just Winston Watkins and Racine Guillory, the running back that just reclassified. So that's pretty much. I think that's pretty cut and dry that Ole Miss is happy with its current class. It's top 15, top 20 class, solid class, and it's going to go for some flips. And if you can't get a flip, then I think the staff is fine with that, and it's going to focus on the portal. And Ole Miss has done well in the portal the last couple cycles. I mean, it's over 20 guys, I think, the last 3 cycles in a row through the portal. 2022, I think it was 19 guys that came in.
First down, we're going to throw the ball. He pulls it in for a big gain.
So it's I think this class right now is a really good high school class, and then it's very obvious, like I said, they're going to go through the portal and try to replace a lot of pieces on both sides of the ball through the portal, just because it's kind of what you have to do at this point with adding experienced guys. It's hard to do that with high school, just because you're having to building through the high school ranks is important for depth, but you can't get these immediate impact guys with high school. I mean, it's very rare that a true freshman is going to come in and be a star. I think that's evident. I mean, look at Suntarian Perkins. Freshman year, looked like a freshman, looked like a teenager. This year, he's all-American candidate. I mean, there's no question. I mean, he is probably going to be a first-team All-American, easily All-SEC. So it's a lot to ask for a true freshman to come in and be a star. So using the portal is important. So big stop there as State was driving there as I was talking, and got a big sack to get him behind the chains, and still got the lead. So let's see if we can maybe steal some points here, get a bomb.
So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for 3, tacking on a little bit of momentum.
I do that all the time, and I've never seen it happen, but I'm always wondering if that ball will ever bounce back towards you instead of going through the end zone.
A couple more plays. Play action here on first down. Looking to make a big play downfield. It's made down inside the 20. Touchdown.
Yeah, Juice Wells would play like this in real life. Speaking of, I know he catches a lot of flack, and some of it's warranted. I think Ole Miss is not utilizing Juice Wells properly. At South Carolina, he was in the backfield a lot. He was being used in the intermediate game, short, quick stuff. I said he reminds me, like his game was very reminiscent of like Deebo Samuel. When he was at South Carolina, and then now in the pros, I mean, how the Niners use him. I think that's.
And the Rebels offense is back out on the field. And a chance right away here in the second half to stretch the lead and build momentum. Let's see what this defense can do about it. On first down, it's play action. And they heave it deep downfield. An aggressive deep shot on first down.
Had it.
Better be aggressive here themselves. Clearly we're seeing.
But yeah, I think you got to use Juice a little bit better. He's not a true deep threat like Trey Harris is, and I think that Ole Miss needs to get him more involved in the run game and just run some screens. Like I haven't seen an Ole Miss offense run a slip screen in forever. A wide receiver screen, middle screen, something like a. I hate to bring him up, but Hugh Freeze did it all the time. He would run that wide receiver screen to A.J. Brown or Laquan Treadwell over and over until you stopped it. And Ole Miss has the physical wide. Like I think Juice Wells would be hell on a middle screen like that, just because he's a physical dude. Like he's not a tiny wide receiver. Right? He's built like a guy that can come in and run those screens. So I think that's kind of been the bugaboo with me about Juice Wells is he's just not been utilized properly in my opinion. And look, Lane Kiffin, the old adage, like he's forgotten more about football than I know, but he just doesn't look comfortable a lot. Like I know he's been good downfield in some games, but I mean, like the touchdown catch against Georgia, great route, great throw. It was just an easy little slant, skinny post. I mean that kind of stuff I think is where he's best served. So and speaking of, that shit drives me up the fucking wall.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line doesn't.
You gotta get the tight ends more involved. I feel like the Ole Miss offense is far more successful this season when the tight ends are involved.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short on first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
And he's throwing for it on fourth down.
As we get the tight ends involved here, I don't know. I feel like Daquan Wright is a legitimate weapon that needs to be used. And I know he got hit early in the Florida game, so he was banged up. And it seems like pre-scoring has just been snake bit with the foot injury. Ever since then, it's never been the same. He's definitely lost a step, and he wasn't exactly fleet of foot before. I just think you need to use those guys more. I forgot to mention, you see the hat, Home Field Apparel, homefieldapparel.com. For now, you can only get this hat in the VIP box. But I highly recommend getting a VIP box. They're awesome. Everything on the site's 30% off right now through Sunday, so take advantage of it. homefieldapparel.com. And then if you use your promo code for Black Friday, you can go back and use LastDance24 and get another 15% off if you want to buy something else for Christmas or for yourself. They do excellent work. top tier materials, and I love the t-shirts. They're soft as hell. They fit great. And I mean, I got the coach's jacket. I love the coach's jacket. It's really good stuff. They're great people. It's a hell of a story, just how popular it's gotten now. But yeah, go check them out. They're awesome. And then if you listen to the show, you know about Roback. Speaking of promo code, go to Roback and use JUICE. You get 20% off. They have told me, I said it on the show plenty of times, they have told me that there will be Ole Miss apparel next year. They will have it. I know that's been a big thing where people are like, well, they don't have any Ole Miss polos. There's no Ole Miss quarter zips. They will have it next year. So be ready for that. They will have Ole Miss Roback stuff next year. They do have Mississippi, like the state of Mississippi themed stuff. So you can definitely get that if you want. But I get not wanting to pull the trigger yet. But another great company that makes really good stuff. I love Roback polos. And the lightweight hoodies are great. I love the quarter zips.
Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Trying to create outside the pocket now.
But, oh. Caught it and ran into somebody on the sideline.
Here's the second down play. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
All right. I think it's been a long third quarter. As we look to get up a couple scores here, extend this lead. This like right here, like that little pop pass. Remember that? Almost did that all the time with Dontario Drummond. I feel like that would be something you could do with Juice Wells. Just get him the football easy, get him in space. He's really good after the catch too. Like I don't think he gets enough credit for being good in the open field, and I think that's something that I think it would serve Ole Miss well to do that. Also, just stop your route so I can just throw it to you, and then you walk in. You walk in the end zone. All right, see if we can get Caden Lee something here. Got him. Caden Lee, man, you want to talk about a dude getting every ounce of that scholarship. Just an awesome evaluation for Ole Miss through the high school ranks there. I know that was a guy that a lot of people weren't sure on. He had really good stats at Kennesaw Mountain, and it's good football in Georgia. And I think a lot of people thought that was kind of a reach, but staff's looking good right now, looking smart. Shout out to Dane Stevens, who's now the OC at West Georgia. He was a big part of that recruitment. But yeah, Caden Lee's been a lot of fun to watch this year, and looks to be the heir apparent to Jordan Watkins in the slot. So yeah, he's been a fun guy. He's a terrible throw. I wonder why the game is not playing the Van Buren kid. They've been pretty good about updating the rosters, and I guess they don't really do the depth chart. Oh, come on, that's got to be jarred loose.
Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Off the play fake on first down. Trying to get the throw off.
Is that not potential? There's a player over there.
The period runs out. And as we wrap up the third quarter, check out the comparison of these big play wide receivers. Both guys have been lighting it up so far today. I
am curious to see how the crowd looks. It's an afternoon kick. not on Thanksgiving, so maybe that'll help. I think the weather's supposed to be nice. I think it might be a little chilly, but like that right there. Come on, that's got to be jarred loose. Come on. Speaking of All-Americans, Chris Paul, man. Talk about getting every ounce of an NIL deal. That dude, another potential All-American. I think he probably will be an All-American. Maybe not first team because there's some other linebackers that are really good this year, but definitely a All-SEC guy.
He goes down right there, but it's enough for a fresh set of downs with this offense. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down.
This is where, if this game gets like this on Friday, it's going to be bad news for State, because Ole Miss will just pin their ears back and come after him. Yeah, if you can get people, I mean, Ole Miss has done it all year. If people are in predictable passing situations, then it's been ugly.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a first down.
They'll give it to the running back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Makes the catch. Can he get in? And he steps out of bounds just short of the end zone.
The key here, Chris, is the timing by the quarterback. The fact he got the ball out quickly gave his receiver a chance. One more hitch or a slight hesitation, that's an incompletion or an interception.
All right, let's see if we can get a stop.
They convert here on third down in the red zone. This is a 4-point type of play, touchdown or field goal. The pass is incomplete just across the goal line.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more.
I think they're going to throw it.
This on 4th and short.
Trying for a 4th down completion.
I'll pick it up. Daughtery.
First and 10, back inside the 5-yard line. We're going to see how much this play caller trusts his quarterback. How aggressive will he be from this spot? Grab down the middle. It's pre-scoring. And they get him down after the completion. And the Rebels will come to the line to run the hurry-up.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice game.
If Dart throws for 355 and 5 touchdowns, it's going to get ugly on Friday.
Their own 20. Important to pick up this first down. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Extending the play now. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain on that run.
Oh, this is a great job here. Looks downfield, nobody open, takes off and tries to use his legs to go for it. It gets to the sidelines, gets out of bounds, avoids the hit, and most importantly, he got that first down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Looking to throw. It's Dart. Oh, no, sack is made there by the freshman.
Well, the defense would not be denied on this play. They come up with a sack. The quarterback really didn't have much of a chance at all. Lucky he just held on to the ball.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Running back grabs it on a screen.
What a perfect throw.
Stop him. The great execution
right over the top of every defensive lineman.
First and 10 here. And the quarterback dropping back. Tries the right with a quick throw. And he's got it. They bring him down, but
I'm going to try to manifest Juice Wells having a big game on Friday. It's going to also be hilarious when Ulysses Bentley gets to play and just runs for like 180 or something. It's going to be really, really funny. I don't have enough time to go through that whole situation.
Inside the 35. Oh, and he's in the
Ooh.
It's a foot race.
Ooh, stiff arm.
After a big gain, this offense set up for the first down. And the Rebels looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Use the running game to chew on this clock.
I'm wondering also how Ole Miss will attack on Friday. Is Kiffin going to come out and try to establish the run over and over, or is he just going to let Dart just sling it around? I feel like that's what you need to do. I mean, I think just go out there, play to your strengths. And again, State is not good at getting after the quarterback. They're bad against the pass. That's your strength. I mean, Jackson Dart's arguably the best quarterback statistically in the country this year. Highest PFF grade by anybody. And statistically is probably the best quarterback in Ole Miss history when it's all said and done. That's probably your answer there. Kiffin is very aware of stats and milestones, and I would venture to guess that Kiffin is very aware of how close Dart is to passing Eli Manning in the all-time passing yards in program history. So I bet he tries to light up Mississippi State through the air just to get Dart that record, which should be pretty cool. Obviously, there's, Eli Manning is without a doubt the best quarterback to play at Ole Miss. But what a career that Dart's had. I mean, just a guy that came in and took his lumps, learned the offense, and I know he had some, obviously the Florida game had the couple picks that were bad, and there were some games where he, made some mistakes, but just a really good football player and a guy that the team clearly rallies around. I think that's big. I saw Jeff Levy said that in his press conference this week. He said that Dart's the type of player that the players feed off of and they play hard for him. I think that's a real thing. Mississippi State read the screen there. Good on them. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a real trait to have as a leader, as a quarterback, is how the team plays up for you because of the toughness and how they trust you and all of that. It's definitely a thing. Mississippi State's had a couple good. We got one-on-one with Trey Harris for old time's sake. Hit the wrong button. All right. We're going to go again and try to hit this one.
Chris, I just don't know about this call. I like the aggressive approach, but at this point, late in the game, playing with the lead, third down and long, maybe you run the ball. Work that clock. Continue to think about the big picture.
Oh, the hot route call there, Coach.
Fourth down and long, and I think you got to punt it away and hope the defense can secure a victory.
Looking to throw it on first down, and he'll loft it to the end zone. Oh, it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
Chris, that ball's tipped up into the air, and it's anybody's football. The defense, first of all, does a great
Try to get this
job
play
of
action.
anticipating
Usually
the throw
backside
down the red
route.
zone, and they're in great position to knock that ball up. But it was exciting to see, would anybody come up with it once it was in the air?
Quick throw complete to the tight end. Defense makes the stop after the completion.
Yeah, I'm calling a timeout. We're trying to score. We're trying to run it up.
Well, these guys just
What's it to you?
I mean, they already have this game out of reach. They have a big lead. They're still throwing the football and still just putting it on this defense.
And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Stretching the lead. This one is getting ugly.
Hit that gritty.
Coaches love to see a football team that doesn't get caught up in the scoreboard. They're just out executing and doing what needs to be
Yeah, I hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving. I hope everybody who is going to the game, hope you travel safe. Yeah, it's a good time. I think Ole Miss is going to have a good showing, and it's going to be a good way to end the year. I think that's important to remember. I know everybody was all about the college football playoff, and I get it, but still a chance to win 9 games. And
That will be incomplete.
Oh, I thought they caught it. All right, that'll do it. 49-13, just an absolute beatdown. I think this is probably what we'll see on Friday. So appreciate everybody joining the stream. Again, have a good Thanksgiving. Be safe with all your travels. And we'll talk to you guys on the next one. We got Hit That Line coming. We'll record it Wednesday evening. It'll be out on Thursday for you to get ready for the final week, rivalry week, and make some money, as we've been very good at making money this year. So that'll do it for the Ole Miss Spirit Twitch stream. I'm Zach. Appreciate y'all. See ya.